Good morning to all. This is Prashant Pandey, and in this lecture on the subject socio-economic offenses, we will cover the historical background and objectives of Essential Commodities Act 1955. We will cover the introduction part, the historical background, the circumstances which were responsible for the enactment of this act, the prevailing needs at that time, which provides impetus for the enactment of this act, and the aims and objectives of the Essential Commodities Act. So, moving further, there are many commodities essential to our day-to-day life for the purpose of meeting the basic needs related to food, clothing, housing, health, education, transportation, etc. For the survival of any individual, some basic things is needed which are very essential for the survival, including foods, clothing, housing, health, education, transportation, and scarcity of any of them in the present scenario may causes the life of individuals very miserable. But due to the greedy tendency of some traders to make more profit, the scope of hoarding, black marketing, and other unfair trade practices had gone up with these essential commodities. Certain segments of the society in need of making more profits are in the habit of hoarding the essential commodities. They sell out these commodities on higher prices, and other trade practices are also prevalent on the part of these people, so that a scarcity of these essential commodities can be caused, so that prices of these commodities can be hiked and more profits can be extracted from those commodities. To make these commodities easily available with fair price and quality to the common man, the Government of India enacted an act in 1955 called Essential Commodities Act 1955 in the interest of general public for control of production, supply, distribution, trade and commerce of these essential commodities. So by the enactment of Essential Commodities Act 1955, these unfair trade practices like hoarding, black marketing, etc., can be curbed by the supervision of governments and the government authorities, so that the scarcity of essential commodities can be controlled in a legal manner. The Essential Commodities Act came into force on 1st of April 1955. It is a socio-economic legislation which safeguards the interest of common man. The Act and various orders issued under this Act provide necessary powers to the government to deal with certain emergent situations arising from time to time concerning essential commodities. So, under the provisions of this Act, the appropriate governments, the state governments and the central government, has been empowered to issue orders time to time which will provide the control of these essential commodities in the market, and no one will be allowed to hoard or make profits unreasonably by taking advantage of certain situations which is against the interest of the society. Now, with the historical background, the roots of this act can be traced back to 1939, when the government of India made rules regarding control, production, supply, and distribution of certain specific commodities under the Defence of India Act 1939 during World War II. During World War II, the British government enacted the Defence of India Act 1939 so that their interest and the demand of essential commodities should not be affected during the World War time. So, to protect the interest of the soldiers and the interest of the British peoples, this Act of Defence of India Act was enacted. This Act ceased to exist in 1946. However, it was felt that certain regulations are needed urgently for the protection of some essential commodities in the interest of the general public. Therefore, the Essential Supplies Temporary Powers Ordinance passed in 1946, which was subsequently replaced by the Essential Supplies Temporary Powers Act 1946. So, after the repeal of Defence of India Act 1939 in the year 1946, to regulate the scarcity of essential commodities, the Essential Supplies Temporary Powers Ordinance was passed in the 1946, which subsequently converted into an act in the name of Essential Supplies Temporary Powers Act 1946. The provisions of this act were further extended by two resolutions of the General Assembly in 1948 and 1949. After independence, by the third constitutional amendment, the first Essential Commodities Ordinance was passed, which was subsequently replaced by the present act, namely the Essential Commodities Act. Now we will discuss the aims of the act. The aim of this act is to check black marketing, to have control on the profit making by certain peoples who are involved in the black marketing of Essential Commodities Act. Also, it aims to prevent and punish the offenders of law. If anyone is involved in unfair trade practices like hoarding, black marketing, this act provides for the punishment to such offenders. Also, it aims to check the inflationary trends in prices and commodities. It authorizes the state governments and central governments to have a check on inflationary trends prevalent in the market so that the prices of essential commodities will not go beyond the limits which has been prescribed by the governments under the act. Also, to ensure equitable distribution of essential commodities, this act provides for the equitable distribution of essential commodities. The essential commodities should be available to each and every individual of India in the same manner, and no biasness should be exercised on the part of any individual or on the part of any state functionaries in the matters of distribution of those commodities. Objectives of the Act. The objectives of the Act are to provide for the control of production. This Act objects to provide for the sufficient production of essential commodities which are very basic needs of the individuals in day-to-day life. Also, it provides for the supply of those essential commodities. The essential commodities should be supplied in a proper manner and without any disturbances on the part of individual or on the part of any instrumentalities of the government. And at last, the act provides for the distribution of trade commerce in certain commodities in the interest of general public. This act in the interest of general public provides for certain restrictions on the trade and commerce in case of certain commodities, and also the government monopoly can be exercised in those trade and commerce which are related to the essential commodities. Thank you so much.